Hey, hello there. You don't know who I am, but today we're going to do another Pick 6 episode. And today we're going to be going through 6 cheesy video games. That's right, you saw that terrible thumbnail. Now, let's get into what these 6 cheesy video games are all about. So the meaning and the thought of a cheesy video game is definitely going to vary from one person to the next. And of course, my idea of a cheesy video game is probably very different from everybody else's idea, but that's alright, because that's what's fun about these Pick 6 episodes, because I'm showing you my kind of crazy thought process behind video games I like, enjoy, think are cheesy, over the top, or whatever. So when it comes to these video games, I'm talking about cheese permeated video games. That's right, the dialogue, some of the music, definitely the gameplay. It's just everything. You know, as I always say, the full meal deal. This is just a full wheel of cheese, a full block of cheese, wherever you're from. You like to call your hunks of cheese. What are our levels of cheese going to be? Well, I'm going to give us 3 distinct cheeses to go by. And we'll just like taste in video games, taste in cheese is definitely different from one person to the next. So I'll let you know which cheese I enjoy, which cheese I think is meh, and then which cheese I don't enjoy. So let's look at those 3 cheeses right now. First cheese, and this is the good cheese, the kind that you always want to have, from my side of things, is the Swiss cheese. Then the middle of the ground cheese, the cheese that's meh, but can be fun, maybe in a group setting, or maybe there's certain aspects of it that are very fun, is the wonderful processed American cheese. Yes, the American cheese craft single, whatever they want to call that. And then for the bad cheese, there's the, well, let's say, is this even really cheese? No, it's some crazy processed stuff, more processed than the others, and that is your easy cheese. Right? And we're going with not even name brand easy cheese. We're going with the Kroger Go cheese. So those are our 3 levels of cheese. So let's get into these cheesy Pick 6. Now with our first cheesy pick, I'm hitting it right out of the park with Gex. Enter the Gecko. But yeah, Enter the Gecko was good. This one sees Gex going back into the media zone, whatever you want to call it, whatever it was called back then. It's just full of references to TV shows and to movies, and Gex is just always having a good time throwing out different one-liners from different shows and different movies, and that's the cheesy part that I really enjoy. He's got some really great lines in here. I know there's one of them when he's gosh, I think they go to some, yeah, it's that level right there, yeah, when they're going to like a Godzilla Kaiju land, and he's all like, hey, I'm looking for the 2 girls that sing for Mothra. And there's another one when he's in more of a spy kind of world area where he throws out the great James Bond reference to, I'm here looking for a man named Scaramanga. Right? You remember that? It's from The Man with the Golden Gun. Come on. Gex is full of all kinds of one-liners, and as you're playing it, you're going to hear him say all kinds of different things. The levels are cheesy as well because they'll take inspiration from all kinds of different horror movies or sci-fi movies or kaiju movies or spy thriller movies and TV shows, and it just all mashes it together, and it makes it for one enjoyable time. And if you don't have a Gex game, then get Enter the Gecko. My mouth felt like it was just full of cheese, and then I just couldn't get anything out. It just word, well, not even a word salad, it was a word just cheese ooze. Ugh, it's gross. Gex, Enter the Gecko, Swiss cheese worthy. Alright, and the next cheese-filled game we're going to is Broforce. Oh man, this is every kind of wonderful cheese. If you love action movies, this is your game. Broforce is so fun and is so amazing and is so filled with nostalgia and filled with just fun and good times. Broforce is just a crazy side-scrolling game. It's nothing but bullets and explosions and pixelated just I guess violence, right? In a way to say it. And as you're playing through, you start to pick up more and more bros. And each bro that you pick up and find is from an 80s action franchise or a 90s action franchise, and it's just hilarious. And of course, they have their own bro names. You got the Brominator, you got Rambro, you get Bro Dread, you got the Snake Broskin. It's all these great characters that you know, and they all have special abilities that to deal with their franchise. And it's just crazy run and gun action. And when you play as 2-player, or I think up to 4-player online, or is it maybe it's even 4-player couch co-op, but it is a blast when you're all just there trying to save all your other bros and going from one level to the next, switching out the bros, trying their different attacks, saving this guy, saving that guy, trying to, of course, end up saving the world for whatever reason, whoever the big bad is. But for all intents and purposes, it is a wonderful game filled with great nostalgia cheese of 80s and 90s action heroes, like I said. There's a large roster of characters. Just when you think you've got them all, you find some more. Look there. There's Bromando. It's great. Definitely worth checking out. So yeah, Broforce. Great cheese value. Worthy. Very cheese worthy. Broforce. No matter how many bros you do or don't save, Swiss cheese worthy. Alright, this next cheesy one I want to bring to you is, well, it's more likely that you know of the franchise, but I'm talking about Earth Defense Force. Yeah, look at that right there. This is the Vita version I've got for it. Earth Defense Force is just crazy, over the top action where you battle giant insects. Yeah, giant invading insects, like giant ants or something, like came from the desert, or giant moths or other spiders and things like that. Just massive, crazy action that is just ridiculous. It's just a blast. It's just mindless fun as you run around, just having hundreds of bugs coming at you, whether you're out in the country or you're in a city. They're crawling over buildings or just flying at you from everywhere. You up to, I think, 3 other players. I think you'd have a total of 4. You get a few different classes to choose from your soldiers, and it's, as you see, it's a third-person view, and you just run around, blow stuff up, beat things up, and just try and save the Earth, or, try and defend the Earth from whatever craziness the bugs and the insects are bringing us this time. A good way to look at it is like it's a Starship Troopers type of game, right? Where you just got waves and waves of bugs and stuff coming at you, crawling at you, wanting to kill you, and they take lots and lots of bullets. Yeah, and it is definitely worthy of your time. Earth Defense Force 2 or 4.1 or 5 or 1 or whichever one you want to play, the whole franchise, Swiss cheese worthy. Next up, we got the NES classic, Bad Dudes. Oh, are you bad enough to save the president? You bad enough, dude? Oh my gosh, this is some silly cheese right here. You've got our heroes in their tank tops and their sweatpants. They're going out to kick a bunch of ninjas' butts to try and rescue the president. And then at the end, when you beat it, what is it? You end up with having a hamburger with the president or something. Oh my gosh, it's so silly. It's so corny and crazy. It's just it's pure 80s cheese. 2 guys in your sweatpants kicking some ninjas' butts. And you're just jumping around and having a good time. And the best part is, like I've mentioned with a few of the other cheesy games here, it is best enjoyed with a second player. That makes Bad Dudes and some enjoyable cheese worthy to share with your friends or family and to just have a good time, right? Kicking back, wearing your own sweatpants because you're sitting on the couch, and then, you always want to kick some ninja butt, and here we are. That's all we really have to say about Bad Dudes. But like what we're looking for, it's the cheesy video games here, and this is definitely one of the cheesiest. Bad Dudes, 1 or 2 player, doesn't matter. American cheese worthy. Oh, and now we get down into the cheese that is the old and moldy, the sad, and that is Metroid Other M. Oh man, what could have been? What should have been? Um, Boy, Other M. Take a look there. Look, we're always hungry for more Metroid games. We always need them. Luckily, we've gotten some really amazing ones and an amazing remake recently. But man, Other M, they dropped the ball hard and they stank the place up. Team Ninja came in and just cheese platter that was just spoiled and just ugh, not good. Not good. You got terrible dialogue. You got terrible gameplay. You've got just the total destruction of Samus's character, and I won't turn this into too much of a rant, but this is the cheese side of things that is not good. This is the cheese that you don't want and that we don't need. We didn't deserve this, but it happened, and yeah, all the way through. All the way through. Even when there were moments where it's like, oh, maybe this isn't going to stink as bad. No, it goes right back to stinking. Or there was a moment like, hey, maybe I'm finally break free of the shackles of what is holding this whole thing back. No, no, it didn't. It just stayed cheese all the way through, and not, like I said, not even the good cheese. So it's too bad. It's too bad. Metroid Other M failed this Go cheese worthy. And bringing us home here on pick number 6. You probably knew this was coming, and that is Duke Nukem Forever. This is, yeah, this is solid cheese. So much solid cheese through and through that it is, and it is amazing with what happened to this game. Or, I mean, not this game, but what happened to this franchise. I first discovered Duke Nukem back in his side-scrolling 2D days. That was, what, the early 90s, late 80s or something right around there. It was fun cheese. But then, through what, 14, 15 years of development hell, we finally got Duke Nukem Forever. And, I mean, yeah, 14, 15 years, that's what, isn't that, is that what Star Citizen is on now about for timeline as well? Yeah, you could say Duke Nukem was a precursor to the Star Citizen route of, hey, let's take forever to get a game out. Now, this is, of course, I think touched on a few times in the game, where they make fun of how long it took them to get this out to us all. But it just, by the time we got it, it was way too late, and the cheese here is just, whew. Things had just moved on by the time this game came out, and the humor for it, the lines, the stuff you were doing within the game was just bad. I mean, you start off by, I won't even describe it. If you haven't seen even the opening 5 or 10 minutes, just go into YouTube so you can see what you do. The cheese here is bad. The cheese here is just like Other M. Very old, very moldy, not delivered well, and it's one to avoid. Is there anything good to say? I mean, there are a few, subtle or sometimes not so subtle fourth wall breaks that do kind of bring a light to that darkness at the moment. But no, that's the cheesiest. It's the worst cheese, just like Other M. It's the worst cheese to have around. So yeah, there we go. Duke Nukem Forever. Do we even have to tell you? Oh. Well, there we go. There were my 6 cheesy video games that were cheese through and through, start to finish, forward and back, just all the whole package, everything about it cheese. And you know what? Go ahead, let me know in the comments below or which video game you found to be pure cheese all the way through, about everything about it, whether it be good cheese or bad cheese. Let us know. It's always fun to discuss. Yeah, for better or for worse, that's what those games are. Cheesy, yeah, and it's always worth experiencing it for everything. But here, I got a lot of cheese left over after all this, right? So, what are we gonna do with all that? Oh, I know what we do with all that cheese. We can Put them on the Ritz. Okay, sorry. Anyways, thank you for watching. And as always, game on.